How we doing? I am your host, Robert T. Gardner Jr., also known as Dr. Rob. Welcome to Station B.O.B. And let me tell you a little about thee. I am a kid from a Harlem hood who turned out good. I got educated like I should. Now I know how to help you grow to become the best of your being in life, love, and work. With that said, I am here to provide you with some clarity associated with the perplexity of the challenges in your life, love, and work. So, without further ado, let's get down on it. Enjoy the show. Yes. Welcome once again, my friend, to Station B.O.B., where you listen to learn how to become the best of your being in life, love, and work. And of course, I am your host, Dr. Rob. What is going on? How are you? Have you enjoyed the summer? Are you feeling maybe a little bit sad that it's August 28th and summer, at least on the East Coast, is coming to an end? Well, personally, I enjoyed my summer. I had a wonderful time, very eventful. I mean, no complaints coming from Dr. Rob. But, B-U-T, just wanted to know how things go for you and how you doing. I hope all is well, and we get ready to get down on another topic for today's podcast, and I want to share that topic with you. Without further ado, as they say, let's get down on it. So today's topic is we have to stop trying to make unhappy people or person happy. We have to stop trying to make unhappy people happy. Yes, I said it. And so you might ask, like, why are you saying this, Dr. Rob? Well, that is because I have found over time, not only as a parent, but also going back to when I was a young buck on the dating scene, I myself have spent an inordinate amount of time, emotion, and money trying to make ex-girlfriends and ex-wife and now my own children, trying to make all of these people happy. And I must say, though, excuse me, I had a little Joe Biden moment there with my throat. As I was saying, I must say, what inspired me to do this podcast today is based on my current experience as a parent and having done all of the things, especially, my wife and her sister, we and they do by giving our children the things that they did not even ask for, and also giving them everything they asked for and more, which, is a recipe really for bad attitude, spoiled behavior, spoiled brats, everything along those lines. And so, as I was saying, me, my wife, my sister-in-law, we give our children everything they ask for and more. And what I'm really talking about here is how many of us, including me, do things by buying people or children gifts, assuming our loved ones, no matter who they are, a husband, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, and of course our dearly beloved children, we would hope, we assume that they would appreciate and show some type of gratitude towards us for doing what we do or did for them, in order to, be so-called happy. But instead, I have found in many instances, just wanted to enunciate that properly, we get quite the opposite of happiness from these people that we bestow, all this material goodness upon them. We get their anger, misbehavior, bad attitudes, sometimes even disrespect and other displays of behaviors which does not demonstrate or depict any sign of happiness coming from those who we have once again giving them way more than they deserve. And as I just said, these people we love, they want to be gifted with some of the things, that we would really like to do for that person to have, because we think or hope that, this latest action of gifting or love and an endeavor and attempt that would, make one of these individuals happy. Yet, over and over again, our gifts and our benevolence consistently does not result in any form of happiness. Maybe in the moment, at the moment of receipt of the gift, but, on the part of those who we have spoiled, they, like I said, they seem to only find in the moment a brief stint of happiness, but not over any extended period of time until the next gift, I would imagine, because you just see the lack of evidence that is manifested in their behaviors and attitudes. And so you might ask, why do our endeavors of love, at least in our minds, if you're giving, to unhappy people to make them happy, and our endeavors of love and actions, it does not result in the happiness we hope for from the recipients of all of the goodness we bestow upon them. And so that, my friend, is what has inspired this podcast today. We have to, I just feel compelled to say that we have to stop trying to make unhappy people happy. Essentially, we think or assume for one reason or another that our goodness, the goodness that we share and bestow upon our loved ones, we're thinking that would make them happy, I guess, because it probably would make us happy if we were the recipients on such a consistent basis of what we give, materially speaking, or events, activities, so on and so forth. But how could that be if these people are not happy? Now, how do I know that? Well, essentially, it is displayed by their subsequent behaviors of quick tempers, bad attitudes, back talk or talking back, and just many other displays of oppositional behaviors shown when these individuals do not get their way. Therefore, I think it would behoove us as individuals to learn how to say no to these people we love, these people we seek to try to make them happy by gifting them with material things, even when it's not a holiday. Again, I think that we have to learn to say no, even when we can say yes, or whether or not, or even if we have the financial means or capabilities to fulfill, these requests, or our own initiative, to present a gift or something, good for these individuals. You see, because our loved ones, usually the story is they have not earned the generosity that has been bestowed upon them, and therefore they cannot and do not appreciate our generosity because they have not been nurtured or oriented to see the big picture related to being recipients of all the things they ask for and the things they may not deserve that they get anywho. So I think part of the problem or issue is that because we have over time gifted undeserving loved ones with material things, iPhones, iPads, flat screen TVs, and all kinds of snacks and beverages while at home, that we have spoiled our loved ones. Thus, we have some breaking news. I want you to make note of this. We have spoiled our loved ones, but the breaking news is that anything spoiled is never good. Have you ever enjoyed drinking a spoiled glass of milk? If you have not, which I believe you did not enjoy drinking a spoiled glass of milk or eating a spoiled piece of fish or beef, then you know for sure that anything spoiled, including our children and other loved ones, is not a good thing for them or for us as well. I mean, has it ever occurred to you that these people, they're not happy? If you can't enjoy and show love and respect, mutually, after being gifted so abundantly, I think that's a sign that some of these people are just not happy. And on that note, speaking of happy, I'm going to take a moment and let in one of my corny dad jokes just to lighten up the moment. And I always like to generate laughter. And so we're going to step aside from the discussion just for a moment. I'm going to throw in a little corny dad joke right about now. So here we go. What do you call a song about a tortilla? I cannot pronounce this word. I'm going to say, what do you call a song about a tortilla? You call it a rap. What do you think about that? Look at that. I generated some laughter anywho, because even after I could not pronounce or enunciate the word tortilla, like tortilla chips, I was getting, I don't know, the mouth was just stumbling there. And so, to keep it moving, as I was saying early, has it ever occurred to you that, that these people that we give so abundantly, that they are just not happy? That's why they don't seem to appreciate what we do. It's the strangest thing to me how others can receive so much from us and then consistently demonstrate some stage or form of being unhappy with the way they treat you when you need them to go through different moments of family time together, family experiences. One thing is for sure, our generosity does not make these people happy, especially since that strand of happiness, perhaps has not yet developed in the minds and hearts of our loved ones. With that said, what do we do to recognize and act accordingly to rein in the undesirable behaviors of our spoiled and ungrateful loved ones who seemed to not be happy? Well, first, I think we must realize that giving our loved ones everything they ask for does not make them happy. Hence, how do you make unhappy people happy? You feel me? What makes us happy is when we are gifted in response to what we did to earn the iPhone or other lavish gift. We all want to be loved, we want to be included, and we want to receive nice things. However, B-U-T, to respond to every request our loved ones, our children, make for material things does not make them happy. As I have stated here over and over again, for our children, we have to ingratiate them to our households with a spirit of work by way of chores, keeping their rooms clean, doing well in school, showing respect and good behaviors and attitudes at homes during good and bad times. Okay? For our adult loved ones, it is important to learn more about our lovers as to how was their childhood. Are they hampered by their personal childhood experiences, which, may be the issue? I mean, there is no doubt that unfulfilled childhoods which lack proper nurturing, which did not create secure attachments from their primary caregivers, will more than likely interfere with their ability to be happy and appreciate what you do for them. This is just, food for thought and things to know. Those of us whose early life experiences may not have been oriented and nurtured to be a person who knows how to feel good about him or herself may struggle appreciating your generosity. And that's not to say that, as I'm talking about, children, my children, and just children in general, that's not to say, I think with kids it's a little different because, their brains, their minds, their age, that keeps them in a stage of constant change and development. And so, and then sometimes they may, not be nurtured properly, which results in some of the outcomes that I have just stated. But again, I think for children, this is not slightly, but different because they are a work in progress. And so, but still in all, you still would like some, moderate, at least consistent, show of, cooperation, if you will, with your children when you're not gifting them. And then you see some of the characteristics that, I'm talking about. And so, in closing on this topic, please understand that this podcast was just intended to raise your awareness regarding this topic of gifting our loved ones and then witnessing their behaviors, which in many instances shows they are not in the right frame of mind of being happy to appreciate being over gifted or abundantly gifted. And therefore, hopefully you come to the realization, as I have, that we cannot make unhappy people happy. And hopefully this new awareness may prompt you to do something different in terms of reining in your benevolence, which hopefully may result in a more or higher sense of appreciation from yours or our loved ones for all the material gifts they receive, but and may not deserve. So with that said, I'm going to leave it right there. Hopefully this was of some benefit, some appreciable benefit to you, and to reverse to reverse the perpetual unhappiness shown to us by our loved ones. Learn to say no even when you can say yes, to strike some type of balance between your generosity and kindness and your loved one's ability to learn to accept rejection on some of the things they ask for. Rejection is a good thing because we have to learn how to deal with that. And our children, our loved ones, whether they're children or adults, need to, understand that rejection is a normal part of life. And, we need to be able to work through rejection and show appreciation when the answer is no, just like the appreciation you show when the answer is yes. You feel me? So until we meet again, my friend, remember, life is good even when it ain't, and love is an action, not a word, and it is not supposed to hurt. Peace in the Middle East and Ukraine too. As we wrap up this show, I hope this topic helped you to grow. And now you know a little bit more than you knew before. If you have any questions about this topic, please email me at changeagentrtg@gmail.com. See my website, relationshipreadiness.org, to learn more about my counseling, consulting, and educational programs related to life, love, and work. Finally, in the words of the late, great Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., if I can help somebody as I pass along, if I can cheer somebody with a word or song, if I can show somebody he is traveling wrong, then my living will not be in vain. Until we meet again, do the right thing when nobody is looking. Peace, beloved.